Well, that was fairly dull. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me. It's been a while. Just came home from my Easter holiday. Well, I came home yesterday, but either way, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I just came home from seeing it. I have discussed a little bit with my brother, and I have a fair understanding of the movie. And well, spoiler-free review. It was kind of dull. It was kind of average. It wasn't terrible like I expected it to be, but it wasn't what I would call good either. It was very badly paced. It felt like it crammed a lot of things together, and I kind of felt like it couldn't stand on its own grounds. It's like you kind of had to have a basic knowledge of Batman or Superman, or you've seen Man of Steel. I mean, I get that it's a sequel, but still, it felt a bit off. It surprised me in a few areas, but in other areas it felt. So, let's talk about it in full. So I might discuss spoilers here afterwards. Though I think what I really gotta do is to discuss a lot of things about this film that was good, that was bad, and that was absolutely terrible. I'll get to the terrible later. First, I'll talk about what was good. Well, the action was pretty good, somewhat. I mean, it was good, but it was also a bit much. Like, it was a lot of explosions and a lot of CGI. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of a bit much. Superman. I felt he was handled relatively good. Like, Henry Cavill is still a good Superman in my opinion. Not fantastic, but he's good. He did a good job as Superman. Lois Lane, she was handled well except for one scene, in my opinion. It's like there was one scene I felt that they handled pretty badly. And again, we're going into spoiler territory. There's a scene where Lois Lane has this spear that has pure kryptonite on it. She tosses it in the water, goes outside of the building, and then goes back inside to get it. Even though she has no reason to go back to get the spear. Because the spear, Batman mentions this to Wonder Woman that this spear could kill Doomsday. Superman knows that Doomsday is General Zod. So obviously the kryptonite would work. But Lois Lane is the only one who hasn't heard this. So why is she the one who goes in to get the spear? That made no sense to me. Why did she go back in to get the spear? Never explained. What else? Jeremy Irons. He was great. He was okay, not great. He was good. He was really good as Alfred. I'll say that much. He was good as Alfred. I don't know what her name, but the woman who played Wonder Woman, she was good. She was good. That being said, sorry, I have a bit noticed something on my beard there. That being said, she felt kind of pushed in. It's like she didn't really need to be there. Really, that was kind of the problem. She's like this. She didn't need to be there. I mean, I felt she was a bit. She shouldn't really have been in the film, in my opinion. I mean, she did a good job, but she wasn't really needed in the film. What else? The story was okay. It wasn't bad. It was a bit confusing at times, but it was fine. Let's move on to the things that were as good. I wasn't too keen on Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm sorry, I didn't find him that good. He just kind of had this one face, this sort of that kind of face throughout the entire film, or that kind of face. He wasn't that good. I mean, he wasn't terrible, but he wasn't that good. I didn't like him all that much. It's like the bat suit and all that, it looked fine. But Ben Affleck himself as Batman, or specifically Bruce Wayne, I think is the case. Like Batman, he was okay, but as Bruce Wayne, he just felt like such a stale kind of thing. He just didn't seem all that interesting. He had this one face throughout the entire thing, and I didn't really mind what they did with his character, with the Batman character, though. It's like they made Batman insane. I can't describe it as anything else. They made Batman insane. He seems broken up about all the crime fighting he's done in Gotham. The fact that Robin has apparently been killed by the Joker. So now he's willing to use a gun. He's willing to kill. He kills a lot of people in this film, and he is overall pretty reckless. And kind of obsessed with I don't know how to describe. He basically describes himself. He's a criminal now. He's not a vigilante. He's a criminal. That's essentially what he is. He's acting like a maniac, essentially. He's using a very violent approach and very extreme measures just to get what he wants. So he's kind of insane. Kind of. I don't really mind that, but I don't think he did a very good job portraying it. What else can I really... I don't know if it was anything else that was just kind of on me. The way... I don't think there was anything... The senator! There we go. The senator in the film was kind of pointless. Just kind of pointless. She didn't really add anything to the story. She was just kind of... She got a lot of focus in the beginning of the film, and then... poof! Blown up. And that's pretty much it. Okay. Is it time to move on to what pissed me off? So I can move on to what pissed me off about this film. Let's start small. Doomsday. I felt it was handled pretty poorly. It's like Doomsday was handled basic. His design was terrible. I'll say that much. Basically, my brother brought up a good point. He looks exactly like the Lizard did in Amazing Spider-Man. It's the same kind of character. He looks like the Abomination from the Incredible Hulk. He looks like the current Ninja Turtles. He looks terrible. He looked pretty bad. The fact that he was General Zod, I mean, it's okay, but it was kind of pointless. It's like, it didn't really add anything to it other than General Zod is back, except he isn't. He's a different character. He's Doomsday now, and that's all. You just basically had Michael Shannon's corpse just pushed around in the entire film, and then when he came back, he was nothing. He didn't really have any special interaction with Superman. I mean, he didn't talk to him, he didn't recognize him in some different way. There might be one scene, but when he first saw him and when he was first animated, he went straight for Luthor. Or what they call Lex Luthor. I think I need to talk about what pissed me off the most in this film. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. He was terrible! Holy crap. And I know, this is from someone who is familiar with the Superman mythos. A person who knows who Lex Luthor is and knows and well, Lex Luthor is my favorite DC villain. Probably my favorite comic book villain as a whole. And he was so poorly handled. Instead of getting the manipulative, smooth mastermind, the corporate owner that Lex Luthor is, we got a teenager who has it in his mind that he's the chosen one. He owns $1 billion and he's just using it just to manipulate and act like a complete idiot. He kind of reminded me a lot of Loki from the Avengers, which I can understand. I mean, which works fine for Loki. I mean, trickster god, you kind of need to have that kind of character. But with Lex Luthor, that doesn't work. And I will say this. Jesse Eisenberg did a good job portraying that character. But as Lex Luthor, he fails. He fails on a massive scale. Lex Luthor in this film is terrible. I hated what they did with Lex Luthor in this film. I hated it in the trailers, and I hated seeing it on screen. It looked awful when I first walked in, and it didn't change my mind when I watched the film. He looked awful, his character was awful, and he was... No. What I saw was not Lex Luthor. What I saw was a confused teenager, high off his ass, who somehow was able to figure out a few things about Batman and Superman, and that's it. No, that was terrible. I really wish he had been the one to die in the end, instead of, well, again, I have said, this is spoiler territory now, Superman dies. Kind of. Yeah, there's a ending scene that implies that Superman still lives, which, come on. Did you really expect them to kill off Superman for good in this movie? I didn't think so. It's like, it was speculated that he would die considering it's Doomsday, but yeah, they weren't gonna kill Superman. Whether or not he will show up in the Justice League movie, that's a bit of a tricky one. It's like, will he show up? I don't know. It's like, he will come back. Why would they have that post-credit... not post-credit scene, it was at the end of the film. Why would they have that scene if it wasn't implied that Superman will return? He will. We all know he will. How they're gonna do it, I don't know. They're gonna do something. Sorry. Sorry, I just ate something, so either way. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what they're gonna do with that. So do I think they should have killed Superman? I don't know. It's like it kind of added a bit of tension at the end, but I'm sure most of us knew they weren't going to kill off Superman. It's like they're not going to give him a film of his own and then kill him in the next film. They're going to bring him back. They can't do a Justice League film without Superman. At least not the way I think they're going to go. Because Lex Luthor keeps mentioning this higher power. I'm just going to call him crazy. Crazy. Fuck it. I'll just call him Jesse Eisenberg. Eisenberg keeps referencing that he's awaiting someone coming. Someone's coming, and they keep mentioning this, and they cut to this devil picture. So what I'm thinking they're gonna do is that the villain of the Justice League film is gonna be Darkseid. I can't think of anyone else. It's gotta be Darkseid. So what are they gonna do with Darkseid? I don't know. But what I will say is that if they're gonna do Darkseid, they have to get Superman back for that one, because there's no way in hell they can do a Justice League film with Darkseid without Superman, because most of the dynamic in the Justice League is between Superman and Darkseid. So yeah, they probably need to do that. Oh yeah, Batman versus Superman. Who won? Unfortunately, they went the predictable way, which was to have Batman win. I mean, that's pretty much what happened. Batman had him beaten, and he was going to kill him, and then Lois interfered, and I found out something I never actually I can't believe I missed this. But Batman and Superman's mother has the same name. I actually never thought about that. I completely forgot that was the case, because I mostly remember. It's like I don't really remember too much about their parents, other than Bruce Wayne's parents are dead, and Superman's father is most of the time dead. And when I say Superman's father, I mean his Earth father, not his actual father, who is dead. I mean, both of Superman's parents are dead, but I'm talking about his Earth parents, basically. But I'm getting off track. But yeah, I was hoping that Superman was gonna win, just so it wasn't so obvious. Like, it was especially considering that Batman was so incredibly insane in this film. Sorry, a very paranoid Batman as well. I was hoping that he wouldn't be as smart enough to actually beat Superman in this. Unfortunately, he did. Oh well. At least he can't taunt about it throughout the series, at least not for now, because Superman is dead-ish. But yeah, the only other thing I can say about this film was that it was kind of dull at the beginning. Like, it felt a bit drawn out. Like, it was 2.5 hours, and it really felt that way, because it felt like it dragged on, and I was getting a bit bored. It was kind of dull. Like I said at the beginning, it was kind of dull. I mean, it got better at the end, but then it drew out a little bit more. So I don't know what to say. It wasn't bad. Again, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't exactly what I would call good. It was average. It was okay. If I were to give it a rating, I would say it's a 5 out of 10. It wasn't great, but it was average. So that's one versus movie down. Next time, we're dealing with Captain America versus Iron Man as we go into Captain America Civil War. Damn it, I was supposed to be caught up there. Either way, the next movie I'm gonna do is it's probably Captain America Civil War. But for what I'm gonna do as the next video, probably something relating to WrestleMania. I don't think I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna talk a little bit about it because it really pisses me off what they've done.